Let me tell you something. Everybody out here want to be a millionaire. Everybody want to live that good life. You see the cars, you see the houses, you see the lifestyle, but nobody talks about what it really takes to get there. People think millionaires are special people, like they got some magic formula. No, the only difference between you and a millionaire is the way they think, the way they move, and the way they work. Today, I'm about to tell you the real secret to becoming a millionaire. The stuff nobody ever talks about. If you're waking up at 10 a.m., you're already losing. Millionaires don't sleep in, they wake up before the sun comes up. Why? Because while the rest of the world is still sleeping, they're out there grinding. You gotta understand something. Success don't come to the lazy. The earlier you wake up, the more time you have to chase your dream. Those extra 2 or 3 hours in the morning, that's where millionaires are made. You know what I used to do? I would wake up at 4 a.m. before anybody else and start writing jokes, planning shows, calling radio stations before the world even got out of bed. That's how I made it. If you're serious about becoming a millionaire, set that alarm clock earlier. While they sleep, you grind. You know the problem with most people? They only want to work when somebody's watching. They only give 100% when there's applause or a paycheck on the tape. Millionaires, they work when nobody's clapping. They work in silence. They grind behind closed doors for years before anybody knows their name. I was telling jokes in empty comedy clubs before I ever got on TV. I was working harder in the dark than most people work in the light. You gotta fall in love with the process, not the applause. If you're waiting for somebody to notice you before you put in the work, you'll be broke forever. Do the work when nobody's watching so one day the whole world will watch. Listen to me, broke people spend their money first, then try to save what's left. Millionaires save first, invest second, and spend what's left. Every dollar that comes into your hand is a seed. You can either spend it on something that makes you feel good for a moment or plant that seed into something that can grow and pay you for a lifetime. Most people want to look rich before they become rich. They want to buy the clothes, the car, the jewelry, but millionaires build wealth in silence before they ever show it in public. If you're serious about becoming a millionaire, every time you get paid, take 20% and invest it. Stocks, real estate, business ideas. The fastest way to get rich is not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep and grow. Let me tell you something. If you're hanging around 5 broke people, you're gonna be the 6th one. Millionaires protect their circle like they protect their bank account. They don't spend their time with complainers, gossipers, or lazy people. They hang around winners, dreamers, and hustlers. If you're trying to become a millionaire, you gotta cut off people who ain't going where you're going. That don't mean you don't love them, but you gotta love your future more than you love fitting in. The people around you will either push you forward or pull you down. There ain't no in between. If your circle ain't talking about money, investments, or success, you're in the wrong circle. You know the secret nobody talks about? Most millionaires look broke for years before they ever show a dime. While you're out here trying to impress people with designer clothes and Instagram vacations, millionaires are stacking every dollar. They're driving old cars, living in small apartments, and grinding in silence. Millionaires sacrifice now to live like kings later. If you're trying to look rich before you're actually rich, you're gonna stay broke. The ones who truly make it, they don't care what people think while they're building. They keep their head down, stay humble, and let the money talk later. You know why most people never become millionaires? Because every time life gets hard, they quit. Millionaires don't make excuses, they make adjustments. They figure it out, they fail, they learn, and they keep pushing. I was homeless living in my car for 3 years. I could have quit, I could have blamed the system, I could have made every excuse in the book, but I didn't. I kept grinding, I kept praying, I kept showing up, even when it hurt. Excuses won't build your bank account, only hustle will. Listen, the reason why most people stay broke is because they try to do everything at once, but they don't master one thing. You can't be out here trying to start 5 businesses, learn 5 skills, and chase 5 dreams at the same time and expect to win. Millionaires pick one thing, one gift, one skill, and they become the best in the world at it. You gotta find out what you're good at. Maybe it's cooking, maybe it's graphic design, maybe it's cutting hair. I don't care what it is, but if you're gonna make money with it, you gotta master it first. Steve Harvey became Steve Harvey because I mastered one thing, making people laugh. I didn't try to be a businessman first. I didn't try to get on TV first. I mastered my gift, and the gift made room for everything else. When you become the best at one thing, the world will pay you for it. But if you're average at everything, ain't nobody paying you nothing. This right here is the part nobody talks about. Millionaires don't just dream about success. They write it down. Every morning before I do anything, I write down my goals. Not once a year, not once a month, every single day. Why? Because what you write down, you give life to. If you don't write your dreams down, they just stay in your head. And in your head, they don't mean nothing. You gotta write down exactly what you want out of life. How much money you wanna make, what kind of house you wanna live in, what kind of car you wanna drive, how you gonna get there. Writing down your goals puts your vision in front of you every day. It reminds you what you're working for. And if you keep writing it down long enough, I promise you it will happen. Let me tell you something. Your time is more valuable than money. You can always make more money, but you can't get your time back. Millionaires don't let everybody have access to them. They don't waste hours scrolling through Instagram, watching Netflix, or gossiping on the phone. Every hour of their day is accounted for. If you want to be a millionaire, you got to protect your time like it's gold. Stop giving your time to people and things that don't push you closer to your dreams. Schedule your day, cut off distractions, stop hanging around time wasters. Say no to anything that doesn't move you forward. If your time ain't making you money, you're wasting it. The biggest difference between rich people and broke people play it safe. Rich people bet on themselves. Let me tell you something. There ain't no millionaire on this planet who got rich playing it safe. At some point, you're gonna have to step out on faith. You're gonna have to invest that last dollar. You're gonna have to quit that job. You're gonna have to take a risk, even when you're scared. I was scared when I quit my job to chase comedy full time. I was scared when I invested my last $35 to get to a comedy show. But I did it anyway, because I knew the biggest risk in life is not taking one. You're waiting for the perfect time, you're gonna be broke forever. The perfect time don't exist. The only way you're ever gonna win is if you bet on yourself when nobody else does. Listen, you ain't never gonna meet a millionaire who spends all day complaining. Complaining is a broke man's habit. Rich people don't complain. They find solutions. If you're broke right now, I guarantee it's because you're spending more time talking about your problems than you are solving them. Broke people say the system is rigged. I don't have the resources. I don't know where to start. Millionaires say, how can I learn the system? What can I do with what I got right now? Who can I learn from? Life don't care about your excuses. God don't bless complainers. He blesses hustlers. If you're serious about getting rich, stop talking about what you don't have and start using what you do. Let me break something down to you. Rich people don't work for money. They make money work for them. If you're out here trading your time for money every single day, you're never going to get rich. You can't become a millionaire clocking in 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. The secret is learning how to turn your money into more money without working harder. Millionaires invest. They put their money in stocks, real estate, businesses, passive income streams. The average person gets a paycheck, they spend it on rent, bills, and a little fun. Then they're broke until the next paycheck. A millionaire gets a paycheck, they take a portion of that money and invest it before they spend a dime. Even if you're only making $500 a week, you can still take $50 and start investing in something, because the goal ain't just to make money, it's to make your money make more money while you're sleeping. Listen to me, if you're the smartest person in your circle, you're in the wrong circle. Broke people spend their whole lives taking advice from people who ain't never had nothing. They listen to their broke friends. They take advice from family members who never chased their dreams. You want to be a millionaire? You better start surrounding yourself with people who already got what you want. Millionaires learn from millionaires. Learn from millionaires. They read books. They watch interviews. They pay for mentorships. They study success like it's a science. If somebody already walked the road you're trying to walk, Why wouldn't you learn from them? Stop taking advice from people who never went nowhere. Get around winners and you'll start winning. Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody coming to give you an opportunity. If you're sitting around waiting for the perfect job, the perfect connection, or the perfect chance, you're gonna be waiting forever. Millionaires create their own opportunities. They knock on doors until somebody opens. They start businesses from nothing. They network. They hustle their way into rooms they don't even belong in yet. When I was trying to make it as a comedian, I used to call radio stations every single morning asking for 5 minutes on air. Nobody gave me that opportunity. I created it by showing up every day. If you're waiting on permission to chase your dreams, you already lost. The only person who can give you permission is you. Here's what separates the rich from everybody else. Broke people wait to get paid before they start working hard. Millionaires work hard when they ain't got a dime to their name. When I was sleeping in my car, I was still out here telling jokes like I was getting paid $10,000 a night. I wasn't getting nothing but gas money, but I showed up like I was already a star. That's how God works. He don't bless lazy people. He blesses people who show up every day even when nobody's watching. You got to carry yourself like you're already successful. Walk like you're already rich. Talk like you're already a boss. Because how you act now is going to decide where you're going to be 5 years from now. This right here, this is the real secret. Everybody wants to be rich, but most people give up before they ever get there. Do you know how long it took me to become successful? It took me 14 years to make my first $1 million. 14 years of struggling, 14 years of sleeping in cars, borrowing money, and getting rejected. Most people quit after 6 months. Most people quit after a year. But millionaires, they keep going no matter how long it takes. You gotta have faith in the process. You might not see the results right now, but if you're grinding every single day, your breakthrough is coming. God didn't put the dream inside of you for nothing. If He gave you the vision, He's gonna make it happen. But only if you don't quit. Let me tell you something. If you're out here trying to look rich before you get rich, you're never gonna make it. Millionaires stay broke while they're building. They don't go out buying designer clothes, luxury cars, and flashy watches when they ain't got no real money yet. Broke people spend every dollar they make trying to look successful. You want to be rich? Then learn how to tell yourself no. I drove a raggedy car for years when I was trying to make it. I didn't buy no Gucci, no gold chains. I invested every dollar into my dreams because I understood something most people don't. If you stay broke long enough to invest in your future, you'll never be broke again. Discipline is the price you pay for freedom. Listen. You cannot sleep your way to success. Success comes to the ones who wake up before the rest of the world. You know what time most millionaires wake up? 4 a.m. Before the sun comes up, they're already working on their dreams. They're reading, they're writing goals, they're working out, they're making phone calls. Broke people sleep 8 to 10 hours a night, then wonder why they broke. While you're sleeping, somebody else is grinding for the life you want. If you really want to be a millionaire, set your alarm earlier than everybody else. Beat the sun up. Because while you're sleeping, your competition is working and they're gonna leave you behind. Let me tell you something. Your mind is the most valuable asset you have, but most people let anybody and anything mess it up. You can't become a millionaire hanging around negative people. You can't get rich listening to gossip, watching Netflix all day, or filling your mind with garbage. Millionaires guard their mind like a bank vault. They only listen to things that make them better. They cut off negative friends. They limit their time on social media. They read books. They listen to motivational speeches. They pray and meditate every single day. Your mind is either your biggest weapon or your greatest weakness. What you feed in your mind today is building your future. If you're not protecting your mindset, you'll never protect your money. This right here is the biggest difference between broke people and rich people. Broke people spend money on things that lose value: clothes, cars, parties, vacations. Millionaires invest their money into things that make more money: businesses, stocks, real estate, knowledge. Every dollar you get is a little soldier, and you got to send those soldiers out to bring back more money. The goal ain't just to make money, the goal is to make your money multiply. Before you buy anything, ask yourself one question: is this gonna make me richer, or is this gonna keep me broke? If it ain't making you richer, you don't need it right now. If you're out here trying to please everybody, you'll never make it to the top. Millionaires move with tunnel vision. They lock in on their goals and they don't care who don't like it. Too many people out here worried about what their friends gonna say, what their family gonna think, what social media gonna comment. You gotta block all that out. When you're chasing success, you're gonna lose friends. You're gonna outgrow people. People gonna call you crazy. They're gonna say you changed. You know what? You tell them, you're right, I did change. Because broke ain't working for me no more. Tunnel vision means you don't see distractions. You only see the finish line. The moment you stop caring about opinions is the moment you'll start making millions. You might not be the smartest. You might not have the best connections. You might not have a fancy degree. But if you want to be a millionaire, you got to make one promise to yourself. Nobody is going to outwork me. Millionaires don't win because they're the most talented. They win because they're the last ones to leave and the first ones to show up. If you're not willing to outwork everybody in the room, you're going to stay broke. You got to treat every day like you're behind. You got to grind like somebody's trying to take your spot, because they are. You want to know the real secret to success? It's not intelligence, it's not luck. It's outworking every single person around you day after day until they don't have a choice but to notice you. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Your friends ain't gonna believe in your dreams. Your family might laugh at your vision. But let me tell you something, you don't need their approval to get rich. Every millionaire you see today was once just a broke person with a crazy dream that nobody believed in, except themselves. If you're waiting on somebody to give you permission to chase your dream, you'll be waiting forever. You gotta bet on yourself when nobody's clapping. You gotta invest in yourself when you're still broke. You gotta believe in yourself so hard that it makes other people uncomfortable. Because at the end of the day, if you don't bet on you, who will?